Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Tisdall, Mayor of the City of Evanston, and this is Alderman Ann Rainey, Alderman Jane Grover, and Alderman Don Wilson. And we all of us thank you for coming today to join us in celebrating Google Day in Evanston. And I know that some of you have read the New York Times and are here to see if I'm going to jump in the lake or feed sharks, and that's not happening. But don't worry, you never know what Dr. Hardy Murphy might do, and he's going to speak later, so it might yet happen. We're joined here today with partners throughout the Evanston community to demonstrate why Evanston is the best place in America to build this network. We are applying to have a high-speed broadband network in Evanston, and we will present videos created by many of our community partners in support of our RFI response. And we start with our introduction to Evanston. I hope we start.
Our community is a unique, diverse, and special place. From our historic neighborhoods to beautiful lakefront, to bustling downtown to Northwestern University, Evanston draws people here from throughout the world. The opportunity of adding an ultra-high-speed broadband network to Evanston would enhance our community in many ways and become a new key element in the collaborative, progressive environment that makes this a special place. While we haven't jumped in lakes, swam with sharks, or renamed babies, Evanston, Illinois is where Google should build its high-speed fiber optic network. People are attracted to Evanston for many reasons. The city has always been a livable, walkable, bikeable community with varied architectural styles from traditional to contemporary. Our Lake Michigan beaches and 75 public parks and playgrounds make this a beautiful community. Evanston residents love this place and fiercely protect its charms. Evanston is a center of academic excellence and culture. From award-winning elementary schools and Evanston Township High School, students from a young age are nurtured and supported in our community. The presence of Northwestern University adds to Evanston the talents and resources of diverse faculty, staff, and students in every walk of life. Our cultural life is supported by local dance, theater, music, and art. The Evanston Public Library brings the world to our community. Businesses are attracted to Evanston for many of the same reasons as residents. The community has a long history of embracing and supporting entrepreneurship, from technology incubators to small startups that become larger, successful businesses. Not only does Evanston attract leaders of the business world, but nonprofits such as Rotary International's world headquarters are located here. Evanston residents care about each other. Not only does Evanston boast 2 nationally ranked hospitals, but a wide variety of nonprofit and social service agencies that help care for the needs of all residents. Evanston's rich diversity on all levels is another quality of our community that is cherished and protected. Some communities look to Google's high-speed network as a means to an end, not Evanston. Evanston is a community that is constantly changing and evolving to be the best it can be. Google's network would become another asset of Evanston that can work with all other strengths of our community that make Evanston a special place. The Google network will help all Evanston residents access the world, eliminating any digital divide of the future. Our young people will benefit with greater access to knowledge, our businesses will have access to new resources and the global marketplace, and all of our residents will share in the access to the arts, information, and communities of thought both locally and internationally. Evanston invites Google to become part of our special community. Evanston, Illinois. Google us.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan Linzer, the Provost of Northwestern University. It is our great pleasure to be partnering with the City of Evanston in this proposal to Google for the high-speed network here. While there are a whole host of reasons that I could cite, I want to single out 3 of importance for this partnership for us. First, we have at the university a tremendous amount of experience in the IT world in managing a high-speed network, including the Starlight facility, which is a facility that is the center of transmission of a great amount of data across the country and throughout the world. And we'd be thrilled to be able to bring that capacity more broadly across the city to make it available to all of us. Secondly, we have at the university a very large number of residents of the City of Evanston, and they've grown to be very engaged with a high-speed network on campus, and this would give them the opportunity to carry out that same amount of work off campus where they live. These opportunities really make a difference in how students learn, how people do their work, how they take advantage of all of the different areas of the community. And in partnering with the city, we make the whole city a more attractive place for all of us to recruit people and to retain them in this community, which is such a vibrant place for all of us to live and work. We'll make those points a little bit more broadly and clearly in a video that we've prepared to share with you today.
We're excited about partnering with the City of Evanston to put in an application to Google for the purpose of upgrading the internet connections of all the members of the community.
The Google initiative really could put the City of Evanston in a very important position nationally as a leader in this integration of important municipal services, higher education, district education, and so forth, to not only just see it as an enhancement in transport or the speed of connection, but how is society going to use something of this scale?
We have created a regional network. We have helped create a statewide network. We created an international fabric which connects to many places in the world. We have over 110 gigabit per second links going to Asia, to South America, to Canada, to Europe.
And what the Google project would do is bring that same capability outside of the borders of the university.
Let's look forward to an environment where a large self-governing group of people have access to this kind of instantaneous, high-speed communication that can completely change the definition of things like social networking. How was it governed? How did it roll out? How did it change politics? How did it change all sorts of things about the sociology of the municipality?
And having a major research university with advanced information technology systems already in place, as well as lots of partnerships with Google already established, and that relationship, we hope, will be a positive in the application that will benefit the city quite broadly. And so it's a great way to leverage having a top research university within the city to accomplish something for the city.
By having the Google initiative in Evanston, then some people in Evanston will be able to experience the future.
Until people experience it firsthand, it's often difficult to visualize, how will this change my life? Things are fine the way they are. But suddenly, when you experience something that is a quantum leap ahead, the reaction is, wow, I can't go back. This is the way it should be done.
There's capabilities now for 3D media over long distances. And for students especially, it would be nice if they were to interact with students around the world across these broadband networks, to be able to simply not read about South America, but actually to visit there, to have a virtual presence.
Content is increasing exponentially. Many older types of media are being converted to digital that people want to access.
The university is plugged into this internet culture.
I can think of few better places in which to engage in such a venture than Evanston, Northwestern, because we can help with the architecture, we can help with the leading edge applications.
I think there's tremendous potential that Google is putting out there for a study of really what not the near-term future, but the real future is going to look like for this kind of an interconnected society.
Human creativity will take advantage of the opportunities that this provides in ways that we don't even know about yet. When the city and the university take its strengths and merge them, we can really go after exciting goals together.
As I look at these videos, I am so reminded of the remarkable synergy that we have in this community. And I can't imagine that Google could choose a community with a greater synergy, more powerful partnerships, and more potential to make this application of an ultra-high-speed broadband network a model for what could happen in this community, in communities across the country, and truly, as we heard in the last video, to really define the future of what living and experiencing and learning is going to be like in the rest of this 21st century. At Evanston Township High School, and I should say I'm Eric Witherspoon, I'm the superintendent of Evanston Township High School, which will make these remarks a little bit more in context. At Evanston Township High School, we are clearly one of the premier schools in the country. Now, we like to say that, but we really are. And we experience all the time that we constantly have researchers and educational professionals and people representing school districts from across the country, and truly this is true every year, and from around the world, who come to Evanston Township High School or contact us because they are interested in some aspect of something we are doing. We already are pretty used to being able to model in many ways what can happen in education. We think that having this high-speed network is going to be an opportunity for us to model the kind of learning that can take place in the 21st century for high school students and for young people who will live the rest of their lives and careers, except those who live into the 22nd century, of course, in the 21st century. And it's really exciting to already understand and see the students at our high school are already digital learners. This is how they think. This is how their brains are wired. They were born in a digital age, and their brains are already wired in ways that are different than any generation that has come before. So imagine in a school that already models so many cutting-edge things and so many things that other schools want to emulate, to be able to be part of a community that has this ultra-high-speed broadband network where we could really create, using this technology as a tool to connect our students in just an instantaneous way to all of the resources and all of the learning around the globe. It really could be a model for education for decades to come. And we're pretty excited about it. We thank the City of Evanston for taking this initiative. We thank all of the partners, Northwestern and District 65 and the business community and others who have stepped forward, because selfishly, we know that it will transform how we educate the young people in this community. I hope our videos show that too.
Well, this is Eric Witherspoon, the superintendent of Evanston Township High School, and we are so pleased to be part of this presentation today and part of the message to Google about why Evanston is the place to make this investment.
came on board about a year and a half ago, we had a 6 megabyte connection with using T1s for the 3,500 users that we have here at ETHS. And it was terrible. We were getting pegged every day to the point where users were not even using the internet. We did come in with a fiber connection that we're using through Northwestern University, and we were able to up our speeds up to 15 megabyte. Still, we're scraping and scraping. At least 3-4 times a day, we're pegged at that 15 meg.
With the capacity that we have, it's iffy. You really take a chance when you put it up in front of kids. And what they'll actually see of it, because it'll be so choppy or stop, or we'll have to wait for it to cache for a little bit, and kids will like, "Oh, Mr. Spite, this is corny," and then you lose them.
A gigabit connection in here would definitely pull the teachers back and give them the restored trust that they need to be utilizing the tools real time in the classroom. We did roll out Google Apps. We've got kids using the applications in the cloud, and the bandwidth is paramount in this, because we can deliver gigabit speeds to our internal servers and from through our switches and our internal infrastructure. But as soon as they're out trying to use Google Apps, they're limited by a 15 meg connection.
We have a lot of software and resources available, but the way technology is going right now, everything is in the cloud. I mean, that's where every direction we could see in technology is pointing towards. And as such, when we have limited access to the internet, it interferes with the progress of delivering curriculum in a very creative way for the students. So it's not only great to have, more speed, it's practically necessary.
Okay, class, take out your notebooks.
Ultra-high-speed internet would be just huge for Evanston Township High School. We really recognize that our students are living and learning in a digital world.
Okay, class, take out your netbooks.
I think with the ultra-high-speed internet, students will get a renewed sense of why they're learning what they're learning. Teachers will have access to real-life connections. They'll be able to bring in speakers through video conferencing and finally answer that age-old question of, when am I going to use this in my classroom?
It changes the game, because they may have a thought at 10 p.m. when we had class at 2, and it allows them to access those ideas and share them in a format that we can't support in the school necessarily. And so it really lets Evanston High School become a community-wide experience.
Education, every day, for everyone.
We're all on a quest to be students of life, and every day there's always something new to learn. And with the internet at our fingertips and so much information out there, all of us can be students every day. Not only the parents, but the students and the teachers, we're continuously learning so that we can provide the best education for our students.
Education, every day, for everyone.
Education, every day, for everyone.
Education, every day, for everyone.
Education,
every day,
for everyone.
I really want to appeal to the folks at Google to really give Evanston, Illinois, your closest consideration. I have been in this community only a few years, and so I've really come to it having been in other states and with still somewhat of a fresh perspective. And without question, this community is a dynamic, vital learning community with just remarkable diversity, with all sorts of opportunities to meet the needs of so many different people in a very vital community. And I really think that having this ultra high-speed broadband network available in this community could help close the digital divide, could help really accelerate the learning of all of the people in the community, and to really help this community be a model for how this kind of technology could make a difference across the world.
My name is Hardy Murphy, and I'm the Superintendent of Schools in District 65. And because this is about the internet generation for us, I can tell you that in dating myself, I now live in a world that has an internet I don't know how I would live in a world without the internet, but I can tell you that I used to live in a world that didn't have it, and actually I remember a world without transistor radios. But time does pass. And what I asked today, so that we all understood the real meaning of all this, so that you could touch it and feel it, was I asked Ms. Kushner and the Shoot Eagles to accompany me here to this press conference so that you could all see the face of the internet generation and what this great effort is about here in the city of Evanston. So Ms. Kushner, would you ask for the Shoot Eagles to come up and stand with me while I read a short presentation on this application by the city to acquire broadband internet access here in the city of Evanston. So I'd like for you guys to see the Shoot Eagles as they come forward, because this is what this application is about. Thank you guys very much. Curiosity and imagination are priceless gifts that every child brings into our world. In some ways, these gifts are the building blocks of progress. Every answer came from an idea. Ideas blossom in childhood, and education may be thought of as the nurturing and guidance of children's ideas. In our time, we've seen the transformation of the pursuit of solutions in this world of ideas to an exercise where literally at our fingertips, with the click of the mouse, everything ever thought of is available because of that marvelous invention, the internet. And it is through access to this world of all ideas that answers are found and new ideas are born. And the internet makes this fertile ground for discovery and opportunity that awaits any and all. You just have to get to it. It does not discriminate. It has no favorites. The internet is now the great equalizer. Getting to it is the challenge. Technology is the invaluable tool that enriches classroom experiences and provides the vehicle to the internet and the world of ideas that await these young and these inquisitive minds. It has transformed our world much as the steam engine, the electric light, space flight, and the wheel redefined worlds of the past. With technology, our teachers are able to create classroom experiences that are truly windows into the world and beyond. They transport students to the plains of the Serengeti, and they follow the movement of the wildebeest across the rainfalls in that great terrain in Africa. And with the world at their fingertips, they can understand the relationship between all of these blessings from above and the circle of life here on earth. With the technology available in our classrooms, what I've just described is happening every day. Google tools and Google apps are part of the daily life of our students in our classrooms. From Google Docs to Google Earth, students are using these applications as collaboration tools across the curriculum to communicate, to share information, and to learn, and most of all, to create and to discover. Our hope is that one day, every child in our district can have the same kind of access at home as they experience in our schools. Making Evanston a Google community means that more children will have that chance to plot the trajectory of the space shuttle as they free their imaginations on the whiteboards we have in more than 80% of the classrooms in the school district, and free up the genius that was born within them when they first set foot here on this earth. This is the best that Evanston has to offer. This broadband application from the city will help them to grow and to prosper. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you that this application is about the children of Evanston, and we hope that it is a successful one. Thank you very much. And the video that you'll see next will probably illustrate this in a much better way than I ever could. So thank you.
When Mayor Elizabeth Tisdale announced that Evanston would submit a request for Google to build a broadband network She said, "This ultra-high-speed broadband network would bring the world to the students of Evanston, supporting the efforts of our excellent K-12 schools in the community." The board and staff of Evanston-Skokie School District 65 could not agree more. Our more than 1,000 employees serve the 6,500 pre-K through 8th grade students from the Evanston-Skokie community. District 65 is a NorthShore leader in using instructional technology. Each day, our teachers use computers, projection systems, and interactive whiteboards to bring the world to our students. Increased broadband networks means more children will have at-home access to the same kind of content they experience during their school day. Our investment in technology equipment and infrastructure shows the commitment of our school board in supporting instructional technology. Our students use mobile laptops and classroom computers. Our middle schools have dedicated computer labs, and our library media centers give our students more opportunities to use digital content. Each summer, we offer enrichment activities, like our award-winning ecology program and video editing and filmmaking classes. All of our teachers have opportunities to learn about using technologies that make teaching more interactive and dynamic. The district uses the National Education Technology Standards to guide our instruction. Technology workshops support lesson plan design, creating virtual learning environments, online assessment and grading, and web page development. Many of our teachers are technology leaders among their peers across the state. Our teachers showcase their expertise and demonstrate how we use technology to enhance teaching and learning. Our teachers and students have won awards, and our students have traveled to Springfield to demonstrate their technology projects. The district's state-of-the-art fiber optic and wireless networks support our instructional efforts. They give our teachers the confidence to use online learning portals and live streaming in their classrooms. We believe that better and faster internet access for our children and families is important. Our vision is that as we make content available to children, the children are available to the content, and that is why we are proud to support the city's efforts to become a Google City.
I'm Sean O'Grady, and I have the privilege of serving as the Senior Vice President at Evanston Hospital. We are proud today to support the city in their Google request for information to build an ultra-high-speed broadband network in the city of Evanston. What would this mean to NorthShore's Evanston Hospital? It would mean more accessible internet, allowing patients to take part in things like NorthShore Connect, where they can schedule appointments, message their doctor, receive their test results in actual real time. Communications between our physician offices outside the hospital will be smoother and quicker. The transmission of large files like CT scans, MRIs, X-rays, all of that information needed to make definitive diagnoses would move more quickly and be more accessible to the community. Things like patient-doctor video conferencing will only need the most basic of laptops and webcams that won't be heavily reliant on network speed. Remote diagnoses via HD quality video is possible to allow several physicians to consult on a patient in real time without having to be there. And maintaining a network infrastructure would be cheaper not only for the hospitals but physicians' offices as well. I am pleased to introduce our video where our administrators, nurses, and physicians will tell you what it would mean to them for Evanston to be a Google City.
Faster internet means that healthcare providers can access medical records in a faster and more efficient manner.
Faster internet means that patients have quicker access to the information they need about the care that they're going to receive.
Faster internet means patients can schedule their physician appointments online quicker and easier.
Faster internet
would allow clinicians to download large data sets of CT, MRI, and X-ray images to make a quicker diagnosis.
Faster internet will allow our physicians to collaborate over a clear video conference to provide the best care for our patients.
Faster internet will help expedite and facilitate better patient care because it helps patients communicate with their doctors and doctors with their patients.
Faster internet will allow me to communicate more quickly and easily with my patients.
Faster internet can help save lives.
Faster internet.
Faster internet.
Faster internet.
Faster internet.
Faster internet will help save lives.
Good afternoon. I'm Jonathan Perman, Executive Director of the Evanston Chamber of Commerce, and Mayor Tisdall and City Council members and City Manager Wally Bobkowitz. It's a pleasure to be here to support the City of Evanston's application on behalf of the business community to Google. Connections. It's what builds local and regional economies all over the world and allows them to prosper and grow. Evanston's first connections were actually a block from this civic center. To the east, the elevated train lines, and to the west, the freight and commuter and long-distance passenger trains that carried people to far distant places in this country. Later in this century, arterial roadways were built to connect to interstate highways, constructed to transport goods and people and military equipment across the nation. And like most cities, Evanston advanced its telecommunications system after World War II, and it matured from switchboard operators to rotary phones, to self-dial, and to push-button phones. Today, we Skype and we scan, we telecommute, and we Twitter, we download, and we upload. But the point is, businesses and their consumers and suppliers and colleagues now communicate in ways we never could have imagined 100 years ago or even 10 years ago. The pace of communications development around the world means that to be a competitive city, we must define infrastructure in a new way and make the necessary investments in these electronic pipelines. Why are the businesses of the Evanston Chamber of Commerce so interested in the prospect of broadband communication at 100 times what we have today? The answer is at once simple and complex. So let me start with the simple answer. A decade ago, when the Chamber would get calls from companies interested in locating in Evanston, they would ask questions about the physicality of space options and amenities like parking and running water in kitchens and lobby furnishings. I can assure you those are not the questions that are being asked today. Really, it boils down to one question that we're asked. Does the building or the buildings that you are going to show us possess fast, reliable, and affordable broadband communication? That is the single most important thing that businesses want to know if they are thinking about locating in Evanston. So the answer to why we are interested as a business community in the Google proposal is that for Evanston to create the best environment for entrepreneurship and to sustain the recognition that it received last year from Business Week magazine as being the number one place in Illinois to start a business, we need the very best technological infrastructure. The more complex answer is that entrepreneurship is fed by science and technology and innovation that also must be the best in the world, because out of research and development emerge innovations which can then be transformed into commercial products and services and sold by Evanston companies. As you've heard today, our academic and healthcare organizations, who are engines of this economy, also need the broadband capacity. So with some of the world's greatest academic and healthcare institutions in our midst, students and doctors today are being equipped with advanced skills and knowledge, and these institutions are a magnet for global talent, playing a critical role in innovation and in spinning off new businesses. We don't believe that Evanston should or can afford to sit still. To be competitive, to keep tax dollars rolling in, to generate jobs for our children, to attract and retain our talent pool, and to keep and expand the revenue stream to pay for the educational and social services that are so valued by our citizens, we know Evanston must constantly be innovating and looking for the next business opportunity. You know, as Thomas Friedman said at President Shapiro's inauguration last fall, imagination is the single most important competitive advantage that we have as a country. Friedman said, imagining a new project is where the magic is. So today, with the help of Google, we stand poised to imagine an Evanston economy that will create the next leapfrog online, that will advance the next video innovation at Brella Productions, and will develop the next medical measurement system at one of the several companies in our 2 technological incubators. This investment in broadband communication will be the infrastructure that makes it possible for these businesses and many others to stay connected, to innovate, and to create jobs. And it also should encourage even greater private investment to take advantage of new digital tools like GIS mapping, telemedicine, virtual reality, video on demand, conferencing, civic engagement, and smarter energy grids. As Evanston's own Benton Foundation has found, the qualitative and quantitative evidence is very clear and consistent, whether it's at the individual or local or even national levels. The deployment of fast, reliable, and affordable broadband will stimulate tremendous economic development and create hundreds, if not thousands, if not even millions of good-paying jobs that might otherwise not be created or might otherwise go offshore. So today, let me tell you that the business community of Evanston is shouting from the manufacturing line to the storefront, from the laboratory to the office cubicle. We are all shouting, Google us!
I'm actually not going to shout, but my name is David Charney with Illumin Group, a company here in Evanston. Also a part of the Technology Innovation Center here in Evanston. Since we've moved here, Evanston, to me, has always been a very creative, innovative place to have a company. And Google's been there the whole time with us as well, from using Google Apps for email and documents and spreadsheets, everything that we need to keep track of our information and understand our information and share our information. They've been there right with us as well. We do run into a bit of a wall, though, in regards to the internet. We can push our technology as far as we can, but we do run into what we can upload and download as far as what we can provide to people that we build our information for. What my company does is we create a lot of interactive training, learning, and marketing solutions. So what we do is we take 3D animation and video and interactivity, and we kind of combine it together to create, games that have a heavy lean towards education. So, for instance, we'll train surgeons on how to do procedures better, or we'll train baristas on how to make frappuccinos better. But again, we do run into the inability sometimes to really push our technologies to develop and test at very high speeds. Video, animation, 3D is all very heavy, and there's plenty of companies around here that are in the same boat we are in. One of the other things that is key for us, especially us as being a small company, is the way we started to grow is by working with many other companies here in Evanston. And with a very high-speed connection, that's a great motivator for all these companies to come in and work with the community and work with us, and for us to work with them. And so what that would do is allow us to grow quicker, allow other companies to grow quicker, allow us to create more jobs, allow us to really drive and define what innovation is here and globally and even past that. So, thank you.
Well, I'd like to thank all the speakers. You did a magnificent job of showing why Google should come here. You just missed one thing, and so I'm going to mention that, and that is the way that we all came together in support of this project. This is why another reason why Google should come to Evanston is because when there's a challenge in Evanston, look at all of you. We all come together, Northwestern, the city, the business community, the high school, District 65, the Shoot Eagles, and all of the people who joined City Manager Bobkowitz's Google group and worked so hard to make this application as fabulous as I believe that it is. So now thanking all of you who are here today and all of you who came on, what was it, Tuesday nights for weeks to make this application happen. I have a few special thanks to the Evanston Community Media Center, evanstononline.com, and Northwestern University for their video assistance this afternoon. And I'd like to thank city staff, Andrea Lagaman, Jonathan Majarzik, Eric Palmer, Erica Storley, and Dolores Cortez, and City Manager Wally Bobkowitz for their efforts on behalf of our response to the Google challenge. And we will conclude with one final video and the simple phrase, Google us.
Hi, I'm Donald Cornelius with the City of Evanston, Manager of Street Operations. I can provide real-time updates on snow plowing, street sweeper operations, and road closures, so Google us.
Hi, I'm Paul Schneider, City Engineer. I can help citizens use public transportation by providing arrival times for buses, trains, and taxis. Google us.
I'm Brian Barnes, Inclusion Specialist for the City of Evanston. I could have citizens who can't leave their homes participate in meetings, classes, and special events with interactive two-way video streaming. Google it.
My name's Dave Stoneback. I'm the Superintendent of Water and Sewers for Evanston. I can monitor for water quality within the entire distribution system with automatic messaging to my phone. Google us.
Hi, Sat Nagar, Senior Engineer. I could distribute real-time information about traffic congestion and alternate routes to any device that a citizen uses. Google us.
Hi, I'm Suzette Robinson, the Interim Public Works Director for the City of Evanston. I could create smart roads that would monitor dangerous road conditions, potholes, accidents, and signal outages. Google us.
Hi, I'm Bruce Sloan. I'm the IT Manager for the City of Evanston. I could provide a wide variety of sophisticated applications to citizens, such as the ability to deliver permits and licenses. I could provide up-to-date information to citizens on various city events. And I could provide real-time information to recover from the effects of a city disaster. So Google us.
Hi, I'm Julie. I'm the Skating Director here at the Robert Crown Center. I could update citizens on activities and events with a Recreational Center Internet TV channel. Google us.
Hi, I'm Officer Keeler with the Evanston Police Department. I could use video to communicate with local hospitals during emergencies. Google us.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Tisdall, Mayor of the City of Evanston, Illinois. And this is
Lorraine H. Morton, Evanston citizen.
And previous mayor for 16 years.
We could create the most livable city in America. Google us.
Google us. Google us.
Google us.
Google us.
Google us.
Google us.
You all are terrific. Thank you so much for being here.